Happy Tasty Tuesday. We're here with Adam Grant, owner of the Smoke Shack BBQ food truck. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. So obviously, let's talk about what Smoke Shack BBQ is all about.
We do just good backyard style craft barbecue. It's not necessarily the fanciest, but it's going to taste real good and you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I can tell you guys that it smells delicious, so I can only imagine that it tastes delicious too. So how did you get your start with this food truck? Where did that all come about?
I've been cooking for people for as long as I can remember, just grilling and having fun. And when people started trying to hire me for caterings and bringing food to whatever, then I was like, you know what, we can figure out something with this, and kind of rolled into the food truck.
That's awesome. And so how long have you had this food truck for?
I've had it for about 2 years.
Wow.
And we've been full time with it for about 1.5 years now.
Holy cow.
So,
did you ever imagine that you would be full time working with a food truck, on a food truck, doing food like that?
I would have never made that as a guess, but
yeah.
I'm glad it happened, and here we are. So.
Of course. And so let's talk a little bit about what we have in front of us. Like I said, it smells absolutely amazing. So what are we looking at this morning?
What we've got here is I brought some of my St. Louis style ribs, dry rub, and then brisket here in the middle. And then that's part of our rotating item list for the shack, and also pork belly burn-ins, which since it's so early this morning, I went ahead and doused them in some pancake syrup, so it'll just be a little bite of pancake covered bacon.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to try one of those.
Oh,
so
yeah, grab one.
Sorry all y'all, I'm gonna just take one of them. The people in the newsroom are going to love this afterwards. Don't worry, I only touched this one, y'all, so you can enjoy the rest of it. So I guess talk a little bit about the process of barbecuing and just how that all works. I could imagine that those are pretty long nights because you have to stay up, do it early and whatnot. Talk about that.
It does take a long time. Brisket can go anywhere from 12 hours to 20 hours, depending on the size and the way it cooks. Luckily, I've got a few old hickory pits that I got here locally, and they're very reliable, and they always put out the product that I need.
Right. This is delicious, and that little bit of pancake syrup, you can like taste the sweetness, and so it balances out. That's amazing. Even at 7:40 in the morning, this still hits the spot. So how can people find out where you are, where you're going to be? How can people get their hands on all this?
If you find us on Facebook, Smoke Shack 573, we will put our weekly schedule up on our Facebook page every Sunday or Monday, and you can follow us around like that, and we'll also post what of these 3 special items we will have on the menu that day.
And so what kind of places are you guys normally at? Is it like fairs, farmers markets? What does that look like, or is it just kind of random?
We will pretty much go anywhere that somebody wants good barbecue.
Yeah. And do you feel like it's pretty competitive in this area, or do you feel like you're kind of, you know, one of a few?
It can be competitive, but we have a good food truck community here, so we all stay pretty close, and we all seem to be kind of friends with each other. So
that, I feel like that's needed. That's really awesome. And you know, what would you say, since you said you've been doing this for about 2 years now, what would you say is really your favorite part about all of this?
Just making people happy with what I love doing. Taking a piece of meat and doing what I need to with it, and just making people happy with it.
Yeah. And would you say that the items on this would be some of your best sellers?
Absolutely. This here is the Shack Mac, which it is just a bed of pulled pork covered in my homemade smoked macaroni.
Oh my
gosh. And that and the brisket burn-ins are on almost every order when we have the truck out.
It sounds amazing. Holy cow. And so where do you come up with, you know, these recipes? Is it a lot of just kind of trial and error, trying different things, seeing what works together and all of that?
Yeah, it's a lot of just experimenting. Luckily, I love doing it. So.
Right.
Get ideas from here and there, and, you know, take the idea and try to make it your own and see what you can come up with.
Of course. And so where are you guys going to be at this week? Do you guys have any locations set up for people to come and find you?
Yeah, actually, we're going to be at Co-op in Jackson tomorrow, right next to Ace Hardware, and I believe we are going to have pork belly burn-ins on the menu.
Oh gosh, so people are definitely going to have to visit you guys. You said Co-op, that's right next to Ace Hardware in Jackson.
Yeah, right on Main Street.
Right on Main Street. And do you guys also have a website or Facebook page? What does that kind of look like for you all?
Yeah, just a Facebook page,
Okay.
and you can find it at Smoke Shack 573.
Okay.
It'll be a picture of the trailer when you find it.
That's awesome. And have you guys always had that trailer, or was that something that you guys, got later on, or what does that look like?
That when everything rolled together, we decided we needed a place to actually cook out of, and we went and found that, and it took off right then.
What's it like cooking out of something? It's relatively small. It's not like a restaurant where you have all this room and you can have 5 people in there at once. I'm sure you can only have just a handful of people. What's it like cooking in something, relatively tiny?
It can be, it's tight quarters.
Yeah.
So on our busy days, we do fit 5 people in
wow.
there. But everybody's got their spot to stand, and we know where everything is, and everybody makes it work.
Yeah, you guys kind of have, I guess, like an assembly line, and you have it all figured out. That's awesome. And so what's that Facebook page one more time?
That's Smoke Shack 573.
Smoke Shack 573. If you missed it, it's right there on the bottom of your screen. Definitely go check them out on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this. It is so good. You guys definitely need to get your hands on some of this delicious barbecue. Thank you so much again. We appreciate it. We'll be back in just a bit.